next knowledge. Now, if you've been watching a few of my videos, I've been showing that the colonialism, which is the idea that the white man or the British man or the German or the European man really has been brutalising and colonising the rest of the world right in the past few hundred years. Now this is basically a hoax, right? It didn't happen, it didn't take place. We're talking about the British Empire, basically consisting of like 20 or so Jewish diplomats, right, coming from India and basically coming to the British Isles, right? And to Germany and Europe and all that, right? And basically that's the realities of the colonialist empire, right? It's a hoax. It's put in against the white man to create white guilt, and they're using it as an excuse for obviously what you say now, which is the mass immigration, which was always the intention of the EU, right? Formed in the 1920s by that Kalergi, right? So it's a lie. It's basically a lie, right? Now, as we know, they use spell and witchcraft and brainwashing, right, to get into the brain and all this. Now, the idea of why they use this colonialization thing is because the intention is to colonize our lands, right? So it's a reverse thinking, like double speak in 1984, right? It's a reverse thinking that the object of the colonization is our lands, European lands. They want the white race subjugated and eventually destroyed and extincted, right? Thus, obviously leaving a certain peoples as the supremacist rulers, right? And again, I've outlined in other videos who the supremacist idea is and what that means in terms of codes, right? The supremacist code. Now, obviously, you see this stuff coming about massively at the moment. The colonialism idea, it's been discussed quite a lot. Now, one of the codes in the colonialism is nihilism. And what they're trying to do, if you've seen them Yuri Bezmenov videos where he's talking about how they do demoralization and stuff like that. So nihilism is the belief that nothing in the world has real existence, right? So the belief that life is meaningless, right? So this is part of the thinking what they're trying to put in to your brain now, right? Forget about the past colonialist idea, right? It's fake, it's a fraud. What they're doing is using the brainwashing idea right now, and this colonialism, nihilism is part of the colonialist idea, right? So it gets into your brain these type of ideas, right? Puts them in your brain and allows you to sort of stand back basically as a dickhead and let your lands be colonised by these foreigners, right? So it's all part of what they're doing, right? Nihilism. And what they basically want is that people to believe that nothing in the world has real existence, so you'll accept Indians coming into your land and just like that's normal, that's normal for Indians to be everywhere and taking over everything. Of course it isn't, because Indians are not native to Britain or European lands, right? So it's trying to turn reality on its head, right? And it's all part of the code that what they've done, right? Nihilism. So what the white man to think that life is meaningless, not has any value or purpose. So just sit there and accept your land's being colonised and turned into another state of India or something, It's all part of the brainwashing, nihilism, nothingness, And as you've seen, right, you've seen a lot of videos where people are talking about leaving Britain, about going other places. See, again, this is part of the demoralisation tactic, right? So if you've not seen these type of videos, right, they're worth watching, right, because the 4 stages of ideological subversion. which is exactly what they're doing now. You know, ideologically subversion in Britain and Western society. Right? How to demoralise a nation, you know. It's basically classically what they're doing now. Again, with the colonial idea, right? You see no occurred in the colonial, which basically become near, right? Nails in the coffin. Colonial masculinities, you know. So this stuff was cleverly worked out, you know, as a brainwashing operation, right? In the voodooistic spell, Neil, right? As you see, Neil in the coffin relates to the failure end of something, so the end of the white man's society, the Western world, right? Western civilization is what they're trying to bring about. Neil in the coffin, you know, colonialism. Of course, you know, who was the famous character who had the nails hammered through his hands and feet? You know, obviously Jesus idea. So again, it's like ending and crucifying the white man, right? And putting an end to the white man, end off in society. You know? That little Jew's got a song about it. And this one. No, a character is actually a traitor against the white British race, Catholic. Look at the actual name. The actual name, right? James Michael Aloysius Bradford. You know what Bradford is? Catholic shipyard worker, right? J-A-W or J-A-W, right? This is pissed here. You know, all these sort of background ideas about his father was a boxer and all, it's one lot of crap, you know. He's a fake, he's a fraud. Total fraud. Good anyway, the colonialism idea, you know, the Quran. Shit. So it's a load of shit. It's literally like a story which is a load of shit, you know, taking a piss, absolutely. Like, you're talking about the Quran, colonialism and all this. It's garbage. Like, it's just made up, total lie. British Empire didn't exist, you know, thousands of British soldiers walking around India and Africa and all this garbage. It just didn't even take place. It's a demonization strategy. Right? The demonized white man, Western man, European man, in order to bring in this colonialism from Eastern lands in Europe. Right? That's what we're seeing now. Explained this a few times. You know, obviously they used the South African example as evidence of a colonialist thing from Europe. Right? I've explained this a few times. South African ones are Boers, right, which come from Holland, or apparently come from Holland. Right? They're Jewish. They're Boer people, which means a pig. They're not European whites. Not European whites at all. Again, Dutch East India Company. Just like the East India Company in Britain. It's coming the opposite way. The East India Company isn't about a group of white Europeans that went out to India. It's about an Indian company that come across to Europe, right? They've told you a lie, they've told you the wrong thing. As you can see, 1652, it's your 777 code, right? The Jewish Noahide laws. 1488, again, 777, 1477, 88, 16, 7, 777 code. They've told you a load of lies. give me a reverse type of scenario. So as you see, double speak. Reverses the meaning of words, deliberately obscures, disguises, and distorts. This is what they're using. War is peace, freedom, and slavery, ignorance is strength. So using this absolutely not. Trying to destroy people's connection to reality. So like I say, they'll accept a foreign takeover, say an invasion, without using any weaponry and all that. So they'll accept the foreign invasion if they're de-linked from reality. Right? This is all part of it, a backstory, it's a backstory to make the white man. Again, you see Winston Churchill idea, so make the white man think certain things and just allow these non-white man to just walk in and take the land away. It's colonization and invasion. But you're not allowed to sort of use those words because apparently, that's what the white man did to non-white people. But of course, what if it's just a total lie? Everything points to it being a total lie. Right? And basically, when as you know, British society and the European society is run by Freemasonry. And of course, the symbols of the Freemasonry is the two Johns, or Janus, which is a double speak idea again, right? So it's like having the politics, for example. It's having the one face, the smiling face in the front. And then behind the scenes you've got the evil type of character. So you always have two faces for any type of public perception, So if you're doing a war, right, you've got two faces. One's peace, is the esoteric hidden, exoteric public expressions. Right? Double meaning and purpose. So when you've had Freemasonry running things, they're running things on behalf of Eastern lands, India, Asia, right? And they infiltrated and took over all the Western lands. East, i.e. Asian lands, is so important in the Freemasonry because it's coming from India, it's representing India, it's on behalf of India. Everything today is Indian type idea, that's the source of their knowledge and all this. The West is seen as something bad because it's run by the white man. The white man must be subjugated and his lands conquered and eventually extincted. Eventually the white man must be extincted. The Shriners again is another Masonic organisation, right? And in this one you can totally see the connection with the Muslim. They use all the same symbology as the Muslim, So the curved sword and the star and the crescent moon. Star and the crescent moon, just like in Islam. So this is why the Muslims love the Islamic people, right? It's a con, it's organised. So as you see, they all organising a fake World War III, through media, right? That sort of Islamic idea, but it's Masonic. Islam is basically a Masonic idea. So, whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. But like your Tommy Robinson idea, become the people's hero, with a total stooge. Of course, Tommy is basically the day with British Tommy ideas, which is of course it's clearly Jewish thing, And Tommy Atkins, which is pretty soon.